Okay, now that you've created your account, you're almost ready to start using GraceSpace. But first, there are just a couple of things that you need to do to effectively join the site. To start off, go to the main GraceSpace page at grace.stjohnsatlanta.org, as shown in the URL here. Alternatively, if let's say you happen to forget the URL, you can still find GraceSpace through our main website. Go to stjohnsatlanta.org, and under the main navigation menu, hover over Church Life, and down at the bottom you'll see GraceSpace. Alright, so now that you're at the site, click the Follow button in the bottom right hand corner. You'll see it here. Note that if you scroll down, that Follow button disappears, so you have to be at the top of the page for this to show up. So click it, and this basically makes you a follower. And so what it means is you'll receive notifications from GraceSpace based on your notification settings that we covered in the last video. But there is one last notification setting that we have to set, and that has to do with you being a follower of the site. So click on the Reader section here in this top left-hand corner, and under where it says Followed Sites, click this Manage button. And it's going to take a second to pop up. What you'll see is in the middle of the screen you have a list of your followed sites here. Next to GraceSpace, click the Settings, and then for where it says Email Me, toggle on New Posts and New Comments. You can toggle the notification settings for new posts for instantly, daily, or weekly. And of course, if you don't want to receive notification settings for either of these from GraceSpace, you don't have to toggle them on, of course. So now let's go back to GraceSpace, grace.stjohnsatlanta.org. And now you'll see, as you scroll down to the various posts, you'll see that you can now leave comments, but you can't yet write new posts. Well, there's one other step you have to do, and that is to become an author for the site. The reason that we have this extra layer of security in is because it is a public-facing site. So that's to make it easier to access just for if you want to read and not participate, or let's say you're outside the church community. And so we don't want to increase the risk of someone spamming us or trolling us. You know how it is on the internet these days. And so nobody wants to read that kind of stuff on a church website especially. So we've got an extra layer of security here. Requires you to take one more step, and that step is to make a request to be an author. You might have received an invitation already, but if you haven't, you can just send us an email request. So open up your email, compose a message to communications@stjohnsatlanta.org. And go ahead and give us your email address that's associated with your WordPress account, especially if you're emailing us from a different email address. So I am not, but I'm going to include it anyway. And that's it. Simply send that off. And once the admins have approved your request, you will get an email back saying that you have been invited to become an author. So just go ahead and open that and click the button that says Accept Invitation. That'll open up a new window asking you to confirm, and you'll click the Join button. This is going to take you back to your reader view, but if you go back to grace.stjohnsatlanta.org, what you'll see is that there is a new write icon in the top right hand corner. And so that's basically it. You're now set up as both a follower and as an author. We've covered all of your notification settings. And so all that's really left for you to learn in the tutorials below is how to modify different settings when you write posts, how to troubleshoot login problems, and how to post directly from your email account. So if you'd like to explore those options, feel free to read below.